Welcome back to another episode of Evolution of Games. Today we introduce the evolution of Left 4 Dead and Back 4 Blood. Before I start, consider subscribing to the channel. Left 4 Dead is a series of cooperative first-person shooter survival horror video games published by Valve, set in the days after a pandemic outbreak of a virus strain transforming people into zombie-like feral creatures. The game follows the adventures of 4 survivors attempting to reach safe houses and military rescue while fending off the attacking hordes. The games encourage cooperative play between up to 4 players, each taking the role of one of the survivors' characters, and the computer controlling any unassigned characters. The plot revolves around an outbreak of a highly contagious pathogen nicknamed the Green Flu, which causes extreme aggression, mutation to the body cells, loss of higher brain functions, and essential zombification of those who catch it. Memorial walls giving names and obituaries to those who have died in the infection suggests that the game takes place in October 2009, 2 weeks after the first infection. 4 human survivors, Bill, Zoe, Louis, and Francis, make their way out of the city of Fairfield, only to discover that the infection is creating major mutations in some of its hosts. The first game was released in 2008 for PC, Xbox 360, and Mac. Like its predecessor, Left 4 Dead 2 is set in the aftermath of a worldwide pandemic of a disease, which rapidly transforms humans into zombie-like creatures and mutated forms that demonstrate extreme aggression towards non-infected beings. A few humans are immune to the disease, while some of those who are infected have no symptoms. The Civil Emergency and Defense Agency in the US military creates safe zones to attempt to evacuate as many survivors as possible. Left 4 Dead 2 introduces 4 new survivors, Coach, Alice, Nick, and Rochelle, who are immune to the disease and have individual backstories that are provided through character dialogue. While the game is intended as a continuation of the original, occurring 1 week after the first game begins, Valve decided to create a new group of survivors due to the change in location. Like the first game, the 5 campaigns in Left 4 Dead 2 take place across the story arc. Set in the Deep South, the story begins in Savannah, Georgia, and ends in New Orleans, Louisiana. The 4 survivors must fight their way through hordes of infected, using safe houses along the way to rest and recuperate in order to reach extraction points. Left 4 Dead 2 was published for PC, Xbox 360, Mac, and Linux in 2009. Back 4 Blood. The game takes place after a worldwide outbreak caused by a newly discovered parasite, which is heavily implied to be of alien origin. Most of humanity has been infected and turned into the reason, leaving players in a post-apocalyptic world. In this world, a group of veterans called the Cleaners come together to fight off the zombies. The Cleaners' names are Walker, Holly, Hoffman, Evangelo, Carly, Doc, Jim, and Mom. The gameplay of Back 4 Blood is largely similar to Left 4 Dead. Both are 4 players cooperative games and 8 players in a PvP mode, with a focus on multiplayer and replayability. A new feature of Back 4 Blood is cards. At the start of each level, players need to build their deck with cards that adjust various elements of gameplay, such as modifying the player's health, damage, and stamina. Along with player cards, the AI director will also use corruption cards against the players to hinder their progress. The AI can spawn extra enemies, activate a fog effect, and increase the size of a horde. Back 4 Blood is available now for PC, PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, and Series XS. You can find links in the description to buy the game now. These are affiliate links, so buying through them you also support the channel. And there is more on our YouTube channel, blog, and live streaming on Twitch. Links in the description. That's all, and thanks for watching.